Chelsea Kepsel, Chelefeepsell.
Thank you. You may inquire.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello.
Whom do you work for?
The Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your position with the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
I am currently a homicide cold case detective.
How long have you worked for the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Since April of 2013.
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 16:57 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked vehicle out in front of 4748 Brant Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park at the Tealwood Park Apartments. And also in the car with me is my partner,
Detective Scott Bowen.
and in the front seat is, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone,
Okay, and your birthday?
10-10-77.
Okay. So, Sarah, I know you have talked to some deputies. I know we had a very brief conversation just to reiterate what you told that deputy. But like I was explaining, I would like to get a more further understanding of what happened last night and ask you more detailed questions. I am going to read you your rights. So, last night you said that you and your boyfriend George were here at your residence and didn't really leave that day. You said that he went to the store to buy cigarettes.
Yes.
What time was that around? If you recall. Was it light out still, dark out?
Yes, it was light out
It
still.
was still light out, okay. But he's the only person that left and he came back,
Yes.
I'm assuming? Okay.
It's right down the street.
It's down the street, okay. And tell me what you guys were doing next, like what was happening?
We had a bottle of wine. We painted, we drew, we did puzzles.
Do you remember what wine you guys were drinking? What
It's Chardonnay.
Okay,
The bottles are in the trash.
okay. Chardonnay, okay. And do you remember around like what time this was that you guys were sharing the bottle of wine, painting, doing puzzles?
I'm gonna say 4-ish.
Okay, and was this before he went to the store or after?
I'm sorry?
Had he already gotten home from the store at this point to buy the cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay, so it was around 4 p.m.-ish that you realized, and you guys were doing,
Puzzles and art,
okay,
listening to music, enjoying each other's company.
and all downstairs, upstairs, where did you guys?
Downstairs.
Downstairs, okay.
We usually sit on the back porch because we smoke, you're not allowed to smoke inside, so.
Okay. And who was here last night? Was it just the two of you? Yep, okay. No one ever came over at any point?
No.
No, okay.
We called his daughters on FaceTime.
Okay.
We were just literally just enjoying one another's company.
Okay, and you guys share the phone that you have,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and the phone's located in there, I think in the
Yes.
dictionary? Yeah. Okay. So tell me what happens next. You're painting, you guys are doing this puzzle together, you obviously finished the bottle of wine.
Yes.
Did you have 1 or 2 bottles of wine?
Well, we had one previously that was maybe not even half full,
Okay.
but then,
So you finished that one and then you had the full one?
yes.
Okay.
And sorry, what was the question?
Just what did you guys do next after the bottle of wine? Like after you
Well,
guys
we had-
finished the wine?
We had the bottle of wine while we were doing our arts and crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, just waiting, we were puzzled out, we were painted out.
Mm-hmm.
So, being silly, let's play hide and seek, which we had played before. Like, I don't know if you've opened the door on the top of the stairwell, like, he and I have hidden in there before, like, just having fun and enjoying each other's company.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's literally all it was. And then the suitcase is downstairs because I was telling you we were going to do donations. And because it's not a very good suitcase, the What was the question? I'm sorry.
You were just explaining to me that
Oh, he decided to hide in there. So, being silly, he and I were sitting there laughing at it, like with him in there. And then, so I didn't zip it up all the way, but I mean enough to where his little fingers were out there and whatever, but still having a good time and whatever. Then I guess I decided to go upstairs, and I don't know, I fell asleep. So I woke up this morning and again thought he was downstairs on the laptop looking for a job, as he usually is. And then thought, where is he? Is he on the back porch? Is he in the bathroom? Like, where is he? And then I came to about the suitcase. So I opened the suitcase. I took him out, stretched him out, started to do CPR. Where air was coming out, but, and then like whatever gurgle. So I'm trying to do CPR on him. I'm shaking him, trying to get him to come to, but I can tell by looking at him, something was wrong. He's been losing his teeth lately and has been complaining about his chest hurts, which is why I keep trying to get him to go to the doctor, but because he nor I have a job or insurance, has been putting it off. So again, so I didn't know what to do, so I called Brian, my ex-husband. I called him, he came over, just walked in and then walked out. I grabbed my phone and I called you guys. From there, here we are.
Okay. The first time you woke up this morning, did you look at your phone to see what time it was?
No. Most of the time, like, I'll wake up, but because he nor I have a job, I'll usually just lay in the bed for a little bit longer because the house is clean. There's nothing else that we can do. Me thinking he's on the laptop looking for jobs, I can't use a laptop. So most of the time, I'll just stay in the bed and collect my thoughts and get ready for the day.
So do you have any idea what time you woke up that first time? What time it may have been? I don't know if you guys have that.
I'm gonna say 11 something. 11 something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that when you finally got up, or is that the first time you woke up?
No, that's the time that I decided to get up because I figured he was downstairs on the laptop. So let him look for jobs on the laptop, and then it usually I'll clean, he'll look for jobs, or vice versa, where I'll look for jobs and he'll clean.
Okay. So you think you got out of bed after 11 at some point?
Yes.
Okay. But we can't recall which time. Do you think you were up for like hours before that, or collecting your thoughts?
Brian, because I was supposed to have my son today to pick him up from school. Brian usually calls to make sure, hey, are you sure you're getting Lucas today? Because I've had job interviews.
Right.
Are you going to pick up Lucas? So after he called like maybe 3, 4 times, maybe 5, I finally answered, and that's like...
Do you think you were sleeping and missed those calls?
No, I ignored them.
You ignored them?
Because he's notorious for blowing up my phone.
Okay.
But I understand why, because he's making sure that Lucas gets home.
Right, yeah, okay.
And to do whatever he needs to do day-wise so he can schedule around it.
Were you upstairs in your room at that time when you were ignoring those phone calls?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're not really sure what time you woke up initially, but you were upstairs collecting your thoughts. You figured he was on the laptop downstairs, so you were just getting ready for your day.
Yes.
You finally got out of bed at sometime after 11 a.m. and had gone downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking for him. And
couldn't find him. Looked outside, couldn't find him anywhere. And
wasn't in the bathroom. I was thinking maybe he's in the bathroom. But then I came to.
And then you called Brian.
Yes. He
Told
came
him to
over.
come over.
Yes, he came over.
And that's down the road, right? Not very far. He came over, walked in, basically walked out, you called 911.
Yes, I had my phone in my hand. I just wanted to wait for him to get there because I didn't know what to do.
Great. Okay. And then we arrived.
Like, I couldn't, I still, to the, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened, but, like, my whole thing is, the whole, like, teeth losing thing, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He and I were having an amazing time yesterday, like we normally do.
No arguments?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
And the thing with him, though, is, which is why we've been doing puzzles and artwork lately, is that he's been stressing about a job, of course,
Of course.
which we've talked about. So what I did was start having him do puzzles and artwork to keep his mind off of it.
Okay.
His ex-wife is all over him about sending money, which he can't do because he doesn't have a job.
Right.
So he was stressing about that. He's been stressing about the job. But that's why I started to buy puzzles and paint to get his mind off of them, which is what I don't know if you noticed on the wall in there, it's all of our artwork and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, music, art, and playing with the dogs, dancing around the room with the dogs. And then decided to play hide and seek. Because we're always trying to outdo each other on where we can hide the best.
How often do you guys play hide and seek?
Gosh, that was maybe, the third time? Maybe.
Okay. Is it a more recent game you've gotten into, or 3 times in total in your relationship you're talking about?
Lately.
Lately.
Because again, like, we were puzzled out. But we painted already, so why not?
So you were downstairs hanging out. Do you remember around what time you guys started playing hide and seek?
Honestly, I don't.
Do you remember if it was dark out?
It was dark.
Okay.
It was dark. But my thing is like when I spend time with him and I try to get him to start doing it, I don't look at the clock.
Okay.
I'm here with him and we're having a good time. I don't need to know what time it is.
Right. I didn't know if you were like on your phone, if you got a text message, if you got a phone call last night.
We called his daughters yesterday, FaceTime.
Right. What time was that at?
I don't know without looking at my phone.
Okay.
But I ended up,
Would that be the only activity that you had yesterday on your phone?
I called Lucas. I talked to Lucas, he's my son.
Okay.
I always
At
call him.
night? Morning?
No, it was evening.
Evening? Okay.
But
I'm just trying to help you, like, remember something you did right before hide and seek that would help you remember a time or give us a good time frame, because that's important for us to know. You want to be able to tell the doctors
I
that.
don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay. So when you called Lucas, was it before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And when you called and FaceTime, his daughters, before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And did you call the daughters first and then Lucas, or Lucas first and then the daughters?
I know I talked to Lucas, but then we talked to the daughters afterwards.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't remember if she called us. No, I know he called Cookie. But yes, we called her.
What are the 2 daughters' names? Or just one? Did you say one
He
daughter?
has 3 children. It's Anna, Cookie, what her real name is Destiny. And then he has a handicapped son, Georgie.
Okay. Who did you call though yesterday? Who did you call?
Cookie,
And what is Cookie's real name?
Destiny.
Does she have his last name or something else?
It's Torres. Yes, she remarried, but I don't know her last name.
Okay. Okay, so you know it's dark out, but you're not really sure what time it is. You play hide and seek. How long do you guys play hide and seek before he decides to get into the suitcase?
Wasn't
Approximate.
really. I hid upstairs in the shower,
Mm-hmm.
and then came downstairs because I was tired of hanging out in the shower.
Okay.
So that's when he was playing around in the suitcase. So,
Okay.
because we both thought it was funny that,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, I'm gonna zip you up. Uh-huh, you didn't come look for me. So, again, it's a broken suitcase, but
What do you mean by broken?
it's only got one of these. But because I didn't zip it up all the way, he was doing the
You mean it doesn't have like the pull part?
correct.
Okay, but it
No, it's got, I think it's got a, what do you call it? A paper clip.
Okay. So the zipper to it is missing, like the actual zipper that attaches to it to help you open and close is missing, but you think a paper clip was on it instead?
I believe there's a paper clip on it, because I know that the last
That's what
time.
you used to like help assist you?
Well, or you can just stick your fingers in there and
Right, yeah, yeah. you could
unzip
do
it yourself, which is why I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay. So how much did you zip it up?
I mean, I don't really know.
You said his fingers were able to stick out?
Yeah, two fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm figuring he'll get it. But then I wanted to go upstairs and waited for him, and eventually I guess I fell asleep. I had the dogs in the bed with me, was warm, and then fell asleep.
So you guys are joking, he's in there, you said you could see two of his fingers?
Yes,
And then, like, you just decided, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs now, or?
because I figured he would get out and then go upstairs and have intimate relations like we normally do.
Mhm.
But I fell asleep,
Okay,
and he never came upstairs. So again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop earlier today, and
okay,
then remembered.
okay. So, is this something that do you guys play hide and seek before you have sexual intercourse, or do you guys just play hide and seek because you're bored and you're just trying to pass time and it's fun?
We were again puzzled out. Can't paint anymore. Even started to purge some of the art that's on the wall now. So
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 17:16 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. My first recording on a separate digital recorder, the memory became full and we could no longer record. But I am in my unmarked agency vehicle with, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone.
And my partner, Detective Scott Lowen. We are outside in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of 4748 France Lane, number 3 in Winter Park, collecting a statement from Sarah. Okay, Sarah, just for recording purposes, because it did technically stop and I wasn't able to say the time that it stopped prior, we have not talked anything further, not on recording.
Correct.
Okay, and you do understand that you don't have to speak with me if you don't want to, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I think I asked you, my last question was, and I'm not sure if you may have answered or not, but my last question was, you guys were just playing to have fun, and it wasn't like something you do right before like sex thing?
No.
Or it's just because
Just
you
us
were...
being silly.
Okay. But you do say that you are intimate. Are you guys intimate every single night?
No, not every single night.
Okay.
But I mean,
Did you think it was gonna happen last night?
Yes.
Did you guys talk about it, or you just
No.
assumed like, oh, we're probably gonna have sex tonight?
yes.
Okay.
Which is normally after we do the puzzles and artwork and everything, yes.
Okay.
We were just having a good time,
Okay.
just enjoying each other's company,
And so,
dancing with the dogs.
mhm. At any point, when he was in the suitcase, did you hear him say, please let me out?
No.
Was he?
We were laughing about it.
Yeah, okay. Did you make any jokes about it? Oh, you're in the suitcase, because I know you had said that you were left upstairs and he didn't basically come find you. Did you make any jokes about, oh, okay, well,
No.
now you're in the suitcase?
No.
Okay. But I'm assuming the game was over, like you guys weren't gonna continue to play hide and seek anymore? Like you went upstairs and went into the room?
Right, waiting for
Okay.
him.
Okay. And you said you laid down?
Yes, the dogs got in the bed.
Do you guys sleep together in the room every single night?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Okay. And which side of the bed do you sleep on? Like
It's, okay, here's the bed. I'm on the left side, he's on the right-hand side. Because I've got Lucas's pictures over here, he's got his kids' pictures over here.
okay, so you're
So
closer
towards
to
the
the
wall.
door or closer to the other? Are you closer to the door to exit your room or is he closer?
He is.
Okay. So where the pictures of Lucas are on that side, that's your side?
Correct.
Okay. And is that where you slept last night? Did you sleep in the middle of the bed? Did you sleep on your side of the
I
bed?
slept on my side.
Your side? Okay. And I noticed there's like one pillow on the bed, and then there were like 3 up against the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Are those his pillows, and he brings them into bed, or what's?
No, when I woke up, what I normally do is, I don't know if you noticed the mice that we have in there, Lucas's mice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll make the bed, clean the mouse cage, and then go downstairs.
Okay.
So, but what I'm saying is that normally I'll fix up upstairs and then I'll head downstairs.
Okay.
So that's why those were over here, was because I was trying to fix up the bed a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Were they in the bed prior? Like when you went to sleep, how many pillows were in your bed?
We only have the 2.
You have 2. Okay.
Well, it's the 2 white ones and the king-size ones. When we watch movies,
Mm-hmm.
we'll put behind the white one, and then the bird pillow just goes in between everybody else.
Okay. Do you use one pillow to sleep, or do you each have one, right? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So you just basically didn't finish making the bed, is my understanding. That's why the pillows are up against the. There's like 3 pillows
Correct.
up against the closet.
Yes.
They're like standing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because I'll move all the pillows off, and then I'll shake out the bed, and then put everything back together.
Okay. Okay. And did he say anything to you while he was in the suitcase? I know you guys were laughing, joking, but was any jokes made? Was anything said?
No, nothing negative or anything like. I'm telling you.
Just
like,
anything that he said, like.
we were laughing about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I waited for him upstairs.
Okay.
Did you tell him you were going upstairs, or?
No, I did not. I literally went upstairs to wait for him.
Was the line? Was it all gone at this point while you guys were playing hide and seek?
I think so.
Okay. Is it at that point? I mean, I don't know how often you drink, but would you say that you were under the influence and he was under the influence, or
Well, I mean, we weren't drunk.
weren't drunk? Okay.
We weren't drunk. I mean, we had a handful of glasses throughout the evening.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we weren't like inebriated where you couldn't drive. You could still, I mean, we were comus mentis. That's what I'll say. Both of us were comus mentis.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to explain that one to me. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
don't know what that word means.
I mean, we had our wits about ourselves.
Okay.
That's why he and I were
Here's
playing.
the thing, though. This isn't a trick question. You're at your home. You're consenting adults. If you're drinking, say you were drunk, there's no law against it.
Right.
Nobody's judging you. You're at home.
Neither one of us were drunk.
Okay.
We were just,
I'm just trying
At
to
the
let you
giddy
know
stage.
okay.
that's what it was. Listening to music again, dancing with the dogs.
Okay. Well, luckily his blood alcohol level will show us at the autopsy as well too, so, you know, we have that as well. Okay, so,
There was no ill will between the two of us last night.
yeah.
None.
When's the last time you guys have gotten into an argument?
Maybe last week.
Okay. Over just normal relationship stuff, or?
It's a little bit of everything because he and I both are stressing about jobs.
Right.
It's been extremely depressing for him where he worked up here at it used to be an Ace Hardware, but Ace dropped them as a franchise because of how bad the store is going down. And he thoroughly enjoyed his job and everybody he worked with. But it's between stuff like that, and then of course we've got the bills that we have to pay, and I've been having to ask Brian, my former husband, for money to pay for electricity and hot water for Lucas and groceries.
Okay.
So I think that, of course, because he can't support me, has been bothering him, which is why I bought a new puzzle for the two of us to do.
Right.
And that's what we were working on in the painting.
Okay. Do you guys normally argue often, not often, weekly, every other?
It all depends on like if he had a good day or a bad day kind of thing, where he would just be happy to come home and see me because he knows that it's going to get better. And then most of the time he would go for a drink and we would sit on the back porch. He would tell me about his day. And we would have a glass of wine and then kind of start our evening-ish kind of thing and smoke. But then we would go inside because we're tired of being outside. And then that's when we started to do the art and puzzles. And then listening to music and playing with the dogs. And it's a thing, tag, you're it kind of thing.
Gotcha. Is there anything he drinks specifically, like his go-to drink, or?
It's honestly whatever it is we can afford,
Okay.
which is why we used to drink, like liquor, but
Right.
like months ago,
Right.
which is why we have the wine.
Wine. Okay.
What did you guys make for dinner last night?
He made a pork sandwich with cheese, and what was it that I ate? I think I made a sandwich and some chips.
You guys didn't have to go out and get anything? You had everything here?
Yes.
Like a sandwich, like a deli sandwich, like deli meat sandwich, or do you think you had pork ham? Like a ham?
I made a pork loin the other day for me, him, and Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
and they were leftovers, so he
had that.
made a pork loin sandwich with cheese, and there's ham in the
Ham sandwich with chips. Okay.
Does he normally come up to bed, or will he do the typical guy thing where he's downstairs and will fall asleep on the couch?
I mean, he's done that before just because of his crappy day that he had, but yes, we sleep in the same bed.
You normally sleep
Yes.
on the same side. Do you guys go to bed at the same time?
Most of the time, yes, but because he's been very excited about looking for a job, he might stay downstairs for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then would come upstairs and he and I would watch movies together until it's just, okay, there's no more movies that we want to watch. And then we would just turn the lights off and go to sleep.
Last night, when you said you went upstairs, do you have like a ritual that you do prior to going to bed? Like, do you brush your teeth, wash your face, put on TV? Is there any like normal things that you do?
Me and myself?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I'll go upstairs and maybe like rinse my mouth out with Listerine.
Okay. Do you recall what you did last night?
I just got in the bed with the dogs,
Okay.
waiting for him.
And how long do you think you were up waiting for him until you passed out?
Honestly, I wouldn't say I necessarily passed out.
Oh,
I,
obviously.
yes, he knows too that I'll go upstairs sometime because of how tired I am,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he'll just give me my space a little bit. Maybe I'll watch a show and then he'll come upstairs. So, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, I know, but last night, how long do you think it was prior to you falling asleep?
Oh,
Like, how long did you wait up for him?
maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I mean, I literally, I dozed off, warm in the bed with the dogs, waiting for him.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't even bother turning the TV on. Just got in the bed. He knows too that I would go upstairs because of how tired I am. He knows. Like, I'm mentally exhausted. So,
Who usually gets up first? I mean, are you an early riser, or is he an early riser?
He is.
Or he's usually an early riser?
yeah, he has to be at work by 8 o'clock, so he'll usually wake up at like 6:30-ish if I don't have Lucas.
How long has he been out of work?
Gosh, maybe, well, he did some odd job stuff up there. But I think his last day was like Friday 2 weeks ago.
So he hasn't worked in about 2 weeks?
Yes.
And during that 2 week period, has he maintained just his body naturally wakes up early, or does he?
Yes, it's his body clock.
Okay. What time is that normally?
Like 6:30, 6:45-ish. But again, if I have Lucas here, I have to take him to school, so we're up at like 6:30. I'm feeling really like weird, guys. Like lightheaded.
Okay.
Like I feel really weird right now.
Do you feel like you're gonna be sick?
No, I'm not sick, just I don't know.
Do you need food?
I haven't even fed my dogs today. The mice need to be taken care of still. I don't think they have any food. But again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop, so he can use the laptop and then I'll use the laptop afterwards.
So it wasn't, when you woke up this morning, it wasn't out of the ordinary that he wasn't there?
What do
You
you
didn't
mean?
wake, you didn't wake up this morning and go, oh, where's George? You woke up thinking, okay, George got up like he normally does before me.
And it's downstairs on the laptop looking for jobs.
You had made a comment earlier that he's losing his teeth.
Yes.
What is
I think we don't know. I think that's one of the things subconsciously that has been really on his mind also, is that he keeps losing his teeth. Like, pieces would break off. He lost a whole molar or something in the back the other day while we're eating. And then he keeps talking about how his chest, and I'm blaming it on stress.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. I don't know what the teeth thing is. I know it can't be a good sign.
You said he got into, you said an argument, but he had a bunch of facial injuries where he had reconstructive surgery.
Yes.
So he and his brother got into
Yes.
a fist fight?
Oh my gosh, it was horrific, yes.
Was it any, I mean, usually when you have that much damage, it's more than just a fist fight. His brother hit him with something?
No, wait till you guys see Mo. Mo is a gorilla. Like, he's,
It is possibly that's what's causing the teeth to get messed up?
Did they have to do work on his teeth or his jaw or
just his
anything?
eyes.
His eyes.
Just the orbital sockets?
Yes. Well, and they fixed his nose too.
Okay. Now, the damage to his eyes, is that still, I mean, is it noticeable or?
No.
Okay, so when they fixed the sockets, they came back and you couldn't tell that they'd been damaged?
I couldn't tell, but his children recognize it, where they say he doesn't look like the same dad.
Okay.
But to me, I never noticed it.
No other damage to the jaw, the forehead, anything like that?
No. It was just his eyes and his nose.
Bless you.
You said he's been complaining of chest pains?
He had mentioned it a couple times, where I'm just blaming it on stress. But again, I kept trying to encourage him, with or without money, go to a walk-in clinic.
Yeah.
You'll eventually get a bill. But the teeth thing has been worrying me also, and I didn't want to say anything to him about it. But we were in the process of eating dinner, and a tooth comes out. That's scary to me, and a red flag if you ask me.
Well, this is the reason I was asking what you guys had for dinner last night. What is his dietary habits been lately? I mean, he looks super thin to me. Now,
Yes.
I don't know George, but he does not look like he's an average
He
weight.
eats, believe it or not, like a horse. Like he'll eat like 4 or 5 times a day. Again, one of the things that has been concerning me, which you all will be the first people that I actually say this to, is his weight. For the amount of food that he eats throughout the day,
Yeah.
how he doesn't gain any weight. He and I and Luke is going up to Publix every time we step on the scale, and he continuously loses weight.
How
Well,
long-
I don't even want to step on the scale anymore.
How long has this been going on for?
Months.
So way before losing this job.
Yes. It's been ongoing. I mean, I'm not going to even say months. I could say at least a good year.
Okay.
And he eats like a horse.
And you said you don't know of any drug history?
Since I've been with him and known him, he's never done drugs. But I know him growing up in Philadelphia, he had a bad stint with marijuana and alcohol.
Okay.
If and when you talk to his children and or his ex-wife, she will tell you. His family will tell you. But since he's been with me, no, I have not. He's never done drugs, Riley.
Okay.
Your phone, is it password protected or
Yes.
touch screen?
It's
Just-
password protected.
Does George know the password as well?
He doesn't know the code, but he does the face thing. Face.
His face will be
Recognition.
on it? Okay.
And the only reason why I have that is because I have lost 2 phones previously where I can't. Before I had the passcode was somebody else being able to get into my phone because I lost it twice. So that's the only reason why I have it.
Oh, like that's the reason you put a password on it,
Yes.
just in case you lost your phone?
Yes.
Um. Okay, so do you recall what time you went to bed?
I know that it was after midnight
Okay. How do you know that? Like, what makes you remember that?
because I walked up the stairwell and we have a clock that's on top.
Like, you see it as you're walking up the stairwell?
Yes. You have to turn the corner and it's right here.
Okay. And you don't remember when you went in the shower, around what time it was, looking at that same clock?
I didn't shower. I mean, I showered earlier in the day.
No, when you said you hid in the shower when you were playing hide and seek.
Yes.
Did you happen to look at that clock then and see what time it was?
No, I just happened to look up on my way.
Going to bed? Or going into the room?
Yes.
Okay, so it was after midnight. Do you think it was before 1 a.m. though? Was it between midnight and 1 or?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, if I had to say, it was like 12:30-ish.
Okay. Okay, and when you went upstairs, you and George were no longer having a conversation, laughing about the suitcase. You just decided to go upstairs.
No, we were laughing about it.
Okay, so you continued to joke about it as you were going upstairs,
Yeah,
thinking he'll just get himself out, and then.
Yes, that's why I didn't close it all the way. That's why I didn't close it all the way. I'm like, he'll be up here any minute now. But then, I guess I dozed off. And again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop this morning. Because he gets out of bed before I do, most of the time.
When you put him in or when he got into the suitcase,
Yes.
correct? So the suitcase now, if we're looking at it, what side was his head on when he got into the suitcase and you zipped him? Was his head like on the, if we're looking
If
at
it's
it right?
like this, his head was here. The hole was here.
So his head was closer to where,
Yes,
like when you close it, his head was closer to where it's closed.
no, that's where his head's here. This is him doing the finger thing over here.
Right, so his head is closer to where you can close it. So when you close it, his head is on that side. Or his head is on the opposite side of where you close it. Because there's obviously an open, there's one the suitcase is open, and then when it's shut. And it's obviously, the zipper's
Yes.
on opposite sides.
So if you do this, yes, his head was here, where the zip part was.
Okay. Okay.
But again, that's why I didn't zip it up all the way.
Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know that we haven't asked you?
I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know, again, if he had like a heart attack or an aneurysm or what. Like, I don't know what happened.
Do you keep your phone on you? Like, is it always in your possession?
No. Because it's a community phone between me and him, like if he needs it, most of the time it's on the kitchen counter.
Okay.
Where it's like he knows that's where my phone is, or hey, after you're done talking to Lucas, do you mind if I call my daughters? So
Right.
it's our phone.
No, I get it. I just,
But no, I don't walk around with my phone on me all the time.
okay. Did you bring it upstairs with you when you were going to bed?
No.
No. Okay. So it stays downstairs.
No.
Or is downstairs with him?
Yes, he was downstairs with him. Because that's how I heard my phone ringing and I knew it was Brian because he called over and over and over and over again, which is what he does.
So you assumed it was him, but you didn't know Brian was calling you, but you assumed it was Brian.
Yes, because he calls back to back to back to back to back to back. Until I finally answer.
Okay. Okay, so your phone was downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But may I ask you though,
Mm-hmm.
because I was telling you guys about it earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know if I'm afraid for my life at this point.
I know. But
I'm afraid.
I don't know anything about your guys' history. Like, I don't know, other than the family not liking you, like,
And they get upset because of the drinking. And just the things that we have gone through, and I know that they don't want him to be with me, but he and
Are
I
they gonna tell me that he's an alcoholic?
probably.
Okay. Are they gonna tell me that you're an alcoholic?
They'll say that, but they don't know. They assume
Okay. Why do they say that he's an alcoholic?
because of his track record in Philadelphia and all of the things that he has done. Cars that he's wrecked, ex-wives' cars. He's been divorced twice. And he has, yes, they'll say that.
Okay.
They'll say that, but they don't know. They just assume.
Okay. Well, people have their opinions. Okay, you can't not. There's nothing you can do about someone having an opinion and saying something like that. As far as what's going on here, I've told you, prior, we don't know what happened. So I understand you feel like they're gonna not accept, what happened and they're gonna think that it's your fault, but at this time, we cannot conclude and say anything differently. I know you talked about you possibly going somewhere else for tonight. You have to do what you have to do to keep yourself safe, but at this point in time, no one has made a threat to you. No one has done anything.
I just haven't said anything to him yet.
Right, but we will obviously talk to them, and of course, we're gonna instruct them that this is an ongoing investigation.
I have my son.
Well, your son's with Brian and is gonna stay with Brian. So we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. I know you're fearful of it now, but nothing has happened to where you're in fear based off past history and what they think of you and how
They threaten me all the time.
Do you have proof or is it all verbal? Like would it be in your phone?
No, it's verbal.
Okay.
It's verbal.
So it's he said versus she said, or she said versus she said. So
Yeah, they've been really nasty to me. Really nasty to me.
it's gonna be a shock. It's gonna be, everyone handles things differently. We're not gonna leave there with them hooting and hollering.
She's going to
and being
collapse.
upset.
And then they're gonna all come over here.
Okay, well, who's gonna collapse? 'Cause I don't even know
His mom.
His mom? What's his mom's name?
Blanca.
Is that her government name or is that just what you call her?
No, I think that's her government name.
And you said she lives around here?
They live down the street.
When's the last time you said he doesn't even really talk to his family because he chose you over them, so when's the last time you've seen them or talked to them?
I believe he did something with his brothers a couple of weeks ago, but I don't go over there.
Okay.
Like,
So if he goes over there, you do not go?
no.
But he did something with his brothers
I'm guessing so. I know that they come up to his job all the time.
when he was working there?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So,
they don't come, they have come over here and have just been completely disrespectful.
okay.
And again, he ended up having to tell them, don't come over here if you're gonna act like that and treat Sarah like that.
Do you know their address?
I have it inside. I know it's Baja Boulevard, but if you go down, what is this out here? Goldenrod,
Mm-hmm.
there's a Twisty Treat ice cream place on the right-hand side, and you turn down that road, and then you make a left, and then you'll see Baja, and you make a right, and their house is white, and it's fenced in, and it's got a whole bunch of garden flowers.
I'm gonna end my recording, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
One quick question, just out of curiosity. I'm noticing your front door, it has a bunch of dents in it. What is that from?
When we moved in, they were already there.
'Cause I don't see any other doors with dents like that.
Whoever it was that lived here previously, I know it was a girl, but that was here when we moved in.
This ends our recording 17:47.
While you were on the scene on February 24th, did you also make contact with Ryan Boone?
Yes, before I spoke to Sarah Boone, yes.
And did you have an opportunity to interview him?
Yes, I did.
While on scene, did you also begin the process of examining the defendant's cell phone?
I did not examine it myself, but we have a waivers and affidavits form that has a consent portion on it. And so I did start doing the paperwork for that.
You obtained consent from the defendant in this case?
Yes, on scene to search through her cell phone.
And what time did you become aware of the videos on her cell phone?
So a digital forensic investigator responded out to the scene, and she responded out a little after 7 p.m. And I would assume she probably started doing, whatever she needed to do. And then a short time later, she came over and got my attention and expressed to me that I needed to look at something in her phone.
And these were the Suitcase videos, correct?
Yeah, they were 2 separate videos from the night prior.
When you observed these videos, what actions did you take?
When I observed the videos, I directed the digital investigator to stop processing and downloading her phone any further, and that I was going to write a search warrant for her cell phone.
Did you obtain that search warrant for her cell phone?
Yes, it was signed by a judge the next day.
And she was obviously able to finish the digital analysis, correct?
Yeah, she was able to get the full download as well. She had already gotten the videos downloaded the night prior, but she was able to do whatever she does to get the full download.
In the course of your interview with the defendant, you were relayed information that I guess she had gone to Publix the previous day. Is that correct?
In the interview?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, well, I'm sorry, in the interview that we just listened to about going to Publix?
In the course of speaking with her, did you learn that she had gone to Publix?
Yes, I was under the impression that that George had gone to Publix.
Did you follow up with that Publix for surveillance video in this case?
Yes, I went to the Publix to gather surveillance video.